Among the many pillars of health for older adults, balance often goes unnoticed until it begins to falter. Yet, balance is not a luxury. It is the foundation of safety, confidence, and independence. When balance weakens, the risk of falls rises, and with it comes the possibility of fractures, hospitalization, or loss of independence. But here's the empowering truth: balance is not something you inevitably lose with age. It is a skill, and like any skill, it can be trained, strengthened, and preserved. Balance is the body's ability to control its position, whether standing still or moving. It is the quiet coordination between your eyes, your inner ears, your muscles, and your brain. For most of life, it works so seamlessly that you hardly notice it. But as we grow older, subtle changes in muscle strength, joint flexibility, circulation, and even vision can make balance less reliable. The good news is that science has shown us something remarkable. Simple exercises done consistently can protect and even restore balance. This means you can take active steps today to prevent falls tomorrow. Let's break down what really happens inside your body when you train balance. Picture yourself standing on one leg for a few seconds. At first, you might wobble. That wobble is your brain and muscles communicating, finding the right adjustments to keep you steady. With repetition, those pathways grow faster and more reliable. The brain begins to remember how to stabilize you, and your muscles respond with greater speed and precision. This is neuroplasticity in action, and the brain's ability to adapt and build new connections. That is why balance training is not only about muscles, it is about training the brain to respond quickly and effectively to life's challenges. Now, consider the role of strength. Weak muscles, particularly in the legs and core, make balance harder. Every time you rise from a chair, step onto a curb, or walk across uneven ground, your legs are doing more than moving you forward. They are stabilizing you against gravity.
Mhm.
Without adequate muscle support, even small disturbances can lead to a stumble. That is why balance exercises often include strength elements, sit to stand movements, heel raises, or gentle squats. Each repetition builds the muscle fibers that anchor your body and protect you against falls. Flexibility also plays a role. Stiff joints limit your range of motion, meaning your body cannot react as quickly when balance is challenged. For example, if you trip and your ankle is too stiff to flex properly, you are less able to correct the stumble. Stretching and gentle mobility. Exercises keep joints supple, allowing your body to adapt more easily in sudden situations. In this way, flexibility acts like a safety cushion, giving you more room to maneuver when life throws you off center. One of the most striking benefits of balance training is confidence. Seniors who practice balance exercises often report not just fewer falls, but also less fear of falling. That shift matters because fear itself can cause hesitation, slower movement, and reduced activity,
Mhm.
all of which weaken muscles and increase risk further. By contrast, when you feel confident in your ability to stay steady, you are more likely to walk, garden, shop, or enjoy outings with friends. In short, practicing balance protects not only the body, but also the spirit. Science backs this up. Studies show that older adults who engage in regular balance training reduce their fall risk by as much as 30 to 40%. This is a profound difference, not just in numbers, but in lives. Each avoided fall is an avoided fracture, an avoided hospital stay, an avoided loss of independence. Each small daily exercise is an investment in the freedom to keep living on your own terms. The beauty of balance training is its simplicity. You do not need expensive equipment or a gym membership. Standing on one leg near a chair, practicing heel to toe, walking across your living room, or gently shifting your weight side to side are all powerful exercises done for just a few minutes each day. They add up to stronger stability. More importantly, they weave strength and coordination into your daily routine, becoming part of the rhythm of life. Think about what this means in practical terms. Balance is not about athletic performance. It is about everyday life. It is about carrying a cup of tea without spilling, stepping into the shower without fear, or reaching for something on a shelf without losing steadiness. These moments may seem small, but together they define independence. Protecting balance is protecting your ability to move through life with dignity and confidence. So when you think of exercise, do not picture only lifting weights. or running miles. Think of balance as a vital living skill that you can nurture. Think of each small practice as a way of teaching your body to respond, to recover, and to remain resilient. You are not training just for strength, you are training for freedom. Balance at its core is about trust, the trust that your body will respond when you need it most. By practicing balance exercises, you give yourself that trust back. You gift yourself not just the ability to stand, but the ability to stand strong in life. Aging may change many things, but with care, balance does not have to be one of them. It can remain your steady partner, carrying you forward with stability, confidence, and grace. When we talk about protecting health after the age of 60, two themes rise above the rest: muscle strength and joint flexibility. These are not just abstract medical ideas. They are the foundation of your ability to rise from a chair, walk steadily across a room, climb stairs with confidence, and enjoy the independence that defines a full life. Without them, daily activities become harder, balance falters, and the risk of falls increases. But the empowering truth is this: both muscle strength and flexibility can be trained, preserved, and even improved well into later years. Let us begin with muscle strength. Your muscle strength. Your muscles are living tissues. They respond to what you do or don't do with them every single day. When you sit for long stretches, they weaken when you challenge them. Even gently, they adapt by growing stronger. This is true at every age, but it carries special importance for seniors because of a condition known as sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is the gradual loss of muscle mass that naturally begins in midlife and accelerates with age. Left unchecked, it erodes the power needed for simple movements like standing up, carrying groceries, or catching yourself when you stumble. Yet sarcopenia is not destiny. Resistance training, even at the simplest level, like standing up repeatedly from a chair, lifting light weights, or using your own body weight, sends a powerful signal to your muscles: grow, repair, and stay strong. What is striking is how quickly the body responds. Studies show that older adults can build significant strength with just a few sessions of targeted exercises each week. The results are not only stronger muscles, but also greater endurance, better balance, and faster recovery from exertion. In essence, training your muscles is training your independence. Strength is more than bulk. It is about function, the ability to perform the movements that life demands. For seniors, that means prioritizing exercises that build the legs, hips, and core, because these are the muscle groups most responsible for stability and mobility. Squats, step ups, and heel raises, for example, are practical movements that translate directly into daily life. They make it easier to climb stairs, walk confidently, and prevent falls. Each repetition is not just exercise, it is practice for living. Now, let us connect strength to flexibility. Because the two are partners, strong muscles alone are not enough if joints are stiff and movement is restricted. Flexibility is what allows muscles and joints to work together smoothly, giving you the ability to bend, twist, and reach without strain. Unfortunately, flexibility is another area that often declines with age, leading to shorter steps, difficulty bending, and a higher chance of injury when movements are sudden or awkward. Here again, the solution is within reach. Gentle stretching, yoga inspired movements, or simple mobility routines can restore a surprising amount of flexibility. Even in later life, even in later life. When you stretch, you are not just lengthening muscles, you are improving circulation, nourishing cartilage, and signaling your nervous system to allow a freer range of motion. A flexible joint is a safer joint. It gives you the cushion and adaptability to react to life's unpredictabilities. A misstep, a quick turn, a sudden need to steady yourself. Think of a flexible body as one that moves with grace rather than strain. When your joints and muscles can move fluidly, daily activities feel easier. Tying your shoes, reaching into a cupboard, or stepping off a curb becomes less of a challenge and more of a natural, comfortable action. Over time, these small advantages add up to a big difference in quality of life. What is most powerful is how muscle strength and flexibility support one another. Strong muscles protect your joints by taking on more of the work, while flexible joints allow those muscles to perform at their best. Mm. Together, they form a system of resilience. You do not simply move, you move with stability, adaptability, and confidence. And that combination is what prevents falls, supports independence, and extends the years you can live actively and on your own terms. Imagine the alternative. Weakened muscles paired with stiff joints. Every movement feels heavier, slower, and less certain. Stairs seem daunting, walks become shorter, and fear of falling begins to dictate choices. Now, picture the opposite: strong legs that lift you easily, flexible joints that move smoothly, and the confidence to step into your day without hesitation. That second picture is entirely possible with consistent attention to strength and flexibility. It does not require hours in a gym, it requires small, deliberate habits practiced daily. A few minutes of strength exercises, a few stretches while watching television, gentle mobility work in the morning. These simple actions compound over time. Each day you strengthen your muscles and stretch your joints, you are not just exercising. You are building a future where you remain capable, steady, and free. The message is clear. Muscle strength gives you power, flexibility gives you freedom, and together they give you independence. Aging may bring challenges, but it also brings the wisdom to choose where to focus your energy. By investing in strength and flexibility, you are investing in a life you want to live. You are telling your body, I will not step back from life's movements. I will step into them with confidence. And that is the deeper truth. Strength and flexibility are not only physical qualities, they are symbols of resilience, adaptability, and dignity. They reflect not just how you move, but how you live. Every time you practice them, you affirm your commitment to stay engaged, active, and independent. Aging does not mean giving up. It means using science and intention to protect the ground you walk on, strong, steady, and free. When we consider what truly sustains independence and quality of life beyond the age of 60, three elements consistently rise to the surface: strength, balance, and cardiovascular health. These are not abstract medical terms or distant ideals. They are the pillars that allow you to stand tall, move freely, and keep pace with life. Each one is essential on its own, but together they form a foundation that can determine whether aging feels like a gradual decline or a season of continued vitality. Let us begin with strength. Muscle is more than bulk. It is living tissue that supports movement, protects bones, and fuels energy. After the age of 60, the body naturally begins to lose muscle mass through a process called sarcopenia. This is why tasks that once felt effortless, standing from a chair, climbing stairs, carrying groceries, can gradually feel heavier. But here is the empowering truth: muscles remain trainable throughout life. Even at 80 or 90, your body responds to resistance training with growth and renewal. Something as simple as practicing chair rises, lifting light weights, or performing body weight movements like squats and push ups sends a clear signal to your muscles. Stay strong. This kind of strength training does not just preserve mobility, it protects against falls, maintains posture, and supports the joints that carry you through daily life. It is not about becoming an athlete, it is about building the kind of functional strength that lets you live on your own terms. Closely tied to strength is balance, the second pillar. Balance is often taken for granted until it begins to falter. With age, changes in muscle, vision, and the inner ear can all reduce stability. A simple misstep that once would have been nothing more than a stumble can turn into a dangerous fall. So that falls are not trivial. They are one of the leading causes of injury in older adults. Yet, balance is not a fixed trait. It is a skill. And like any skill, it can be trained. Exercises that challenge stability, such as standing on one leg, practicing heel to toe walking, or engaging in activities like tai chi, teach your body how to make the small, rapid adjustments that prevent a fall. Strong core muscles also play a critical role here, acting as the body's stabilizing center. The result of balance training is not just physical safety, but psychological freedom. When you trust your body to keep you steady, you walk more confidently, move more easily, and continue to engage with the world without fear. The third key element is cardiovascular health. Your heart is the engine that powers every cell in your body. When it beats efficiently, it delivers oxygen and nutrients that keep your brain sharp, your muscles energized, and your immune system strong. After 60, cardiovascular resilience often determines how well you can participate in life. Not just how long you live, but how fully. Aerobic activities like walking, swimming, cycling, or even dancing are powerful tools here. They strengthen the heart muscle, lower blood pressure, improve circulation, and reduce the risk of stroke and heart disease. What is striking is how little it takes to make a difference. Just 30 minutes of brisk walking 5 days a week has been shown to cut the risk of major heart problems nearly in half. And beyond the science, cardiovascular exercise simply makes you feel more alive. You breathe more deeply, sleep more soundly, and carry more energy into every day. Taken together, strength, balance, and cardiovascular health form a synergy. Strength empowers your muscles to act. Balance teaches your body to coordinate those actions safely. Cardiovascular fitness provides the endurance to sustain them. When one is missing, the system weakens. Strong muscles without balance can still lead to falls. Good balance without strength limits your power. A strong heart without stability leaves you vulnerable to injury. But when all three are cultivated, they create a kind of resilience that protects you on every level. You do not just move, you move with power, grace, and stamina. Imagine two different paths. In one, strength fades, balance wavers, and endurance shortens. The fear of falling begins to shape choices. Fewer outings, less movement, more sitting. Life grows smaller. In the other path, strength is renewed through daily practice, balance is sharpened with simple exercises, and the heart is kept strong with regular walks or swims. Movements remain steady, confidence stays intact, and life remains expansive. The difference between these two paths is not luck or genetics. It is intention, the daily choice to invest in these three pillars of health. This is not about perfection or intensity. It is about consistency. 5 minutes of strength training today, a few balance drills tomorrow, a walk after dinner, each effort compounds. Over weeks and months, these small acts add up to a body that is stronger, steadier, and more resilient than you thought possible. And when your body feels capable, your spirit does too. Agreed. You gain not only physical health, but the confidence to live fully, to stay engaged with family, friends, and the world around you. The science is firm, but the meaning is deeply human. Strength gives you the ability to rise. Balance gives you the ability to stay steady. Cardiovascular health gives you the ability to keep going. Together, they give you the gift of independence. At 60, 70, or beyond, these are not luxuries. They are lifelines within reach of anyone willing to nurture. And perhaps this is the most important truth of all. Aging does not mean surrendering to decline. It means embracing the opportunity to support your body with intention so that it can continue to support you. Every step, every repetition, every heartbeat you strengthen is an act of dignity and self-respect. It is a way of saying, I choose to live actively, confidently present. That choice repeated each day transforms the experience of aging into one not of loss, but of continued vitality. When we think about health in the later years of life, it's easy to get caught up in numbers, blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar. While these are important, the daily experience of health comes down to how well your body allows you to live with freedom and dignity. 4 key pillars stand out as essential to that experience: muscle strength, balance, joint flexibility, cardiovascular endurance. Together, they form the framework that determines not only how long you live, but how well you live. Let us begin with muscle strength. After 60, the body naturally begins to lose muscle through a process called sarcopenia. This loss is subtle at first. Perhaps standing from a chair feels slower, or carrying groceries takes more effort. But left unchecked, it compounds year after year, quietly eroding independence. The hopeful truth is that muscle remains responsive to training at any age. Even light resistance, using bands, small weights, or body weight, stimulates muscle fibers to grow stronger. By practicing something as simple as repeated sit to stands from a chair or light arm curls with soup cans, you are sending your muscles the message: stay alive, stay useful. This kind of training not only restores strength, but also preserves the ability to do the ordinary things that make up a full life: walking with a grandchild, climbing steps to a front door, lifting a bag of groceries without hesitation. Strength is not vanity. It is the foundation of autonomy. Closely linked to strength is balance. Balance is the body's quiet guardian, keeping us upright through thousands of tiny corrections each day. It relies on the integration of muscles, vision, and the inner ear. With age, these systems may dull, but balance is far from lost. It can be trained. Standing on one leg while brushing your teeth, walking heel to toe across a room, or practicing slow, deliberate movements like Tai Chi all strengthen the body's stabilizers. This kind of training is not abstract. It directly translates into fewer falls, more confident steps, and the ability to move freely without hesitation. A person who trusts their balance is a person who continues to engage with the world, unafraid of the simple act of walking outdoors or joining friends for an outing. In this way, balance training protects not only the body, but also the social and emotional richness of life. The third pillar is joint flexibility. Joints are the hinges and glides of the body, and like any moving part, they require use and care to remain smooth. With age, cartilage may thin and stiffness can set in, especially if the joints are underused. Stretching and gentle range of motion exercises are powerful antidotes. Simple practices like reaching overhead, rotating the shoulders, bending the knees, and stretching the calves keep joints lubricated and mobile. Flexibility training does not mean performing acrobatics. It means ensuring that when you bend to tie your shoe, twist to reach a shelf, or kneel to garden, your body responds without pain or resistance. Preserving flexibility is about preserving participation in the everyday activities that give life meaning. It ensures that you do not watch life from the sidelines, but remain an active participant. Finally, there is cardiovascular endurance, the stamina of the heart and lungs. This pillar supports everything else because without endurance, even strong muscles and flexible joints cannot carry you far. Cardiovascular health is built through movement that raises the heart rate, walking briskly, swimming, cycling, or even dancing. These activities strengthen the heart, improve circulation, and sharpen the brain through increased oxygen flow. They also build energy reserves that make each day feel lighter. A short walk after dinner or a swim a few times a week is not just exercise. It is a declaration that your heart, your brain, and your entire body are still engaged in the rhythm of life. What is most encouraging is how responsive the cardiovascular system is. Even modest increases in daily movement can lower blood pressure, improve mood, and dramatically reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke. Endurance is not about running marathons. It is about ensuring that you can keep up with the pace of your own life, joyfully and without fatigue. These four pillars, strength, balance, flexibility, and endurance, are not separate silos. They are deeply interconnected. Strong muscles stabilize balance. Good balance allows you to walk safely and keep your heart active. Flexible joints make strength training more comfortable and effective. Endurance ensures that you can sustain all of it without tiring. When cultivated together, they form a powerful shield against the frailty that too often defines aging. They make the difference between a life that grows smaller with time and a life that remains expansive. Imagine two individuals of the same age. One invests daily in these pillars with small, consistent habits, lifting light weights, stretching in the morning, walking each evening, practicing balance drills. The other neglects them, assuming weakness and stiffness are inevitable. Years later, the contrast is profound. One stands tall, moves freely, and enjoys independence. The other struggles with falls, stiffness, and fatigue. The difference is not fate, it is choice, compounded over time. The science is clear. The body at 60, 70, or even 80 remains remarkably adaptive. The challenge is not capacity, it is consistency. Even 10 minutes a day dedicated to these four pillars builds momentum. Over weeks, strength returns. Over months, balance steadies. Over years, endurance grows and flexibility is preserved. Each effort plants a seed of resilience, and together they form a garden of vitality. And so the message is simple but profound. Aging is not the passive slide into decline that many fear. It is an active process, one where every step, stretch, breath, and lift reinforces the body's ability to live well. The four pillars are not just exercises. They are investments in freedom and dignity and the ability to keep saying yes to life. To honor them is to honor yourself, not only the years you have lived, but the years still ahead. Aging then becomes not an end, but a continuation, a chance to live more deeply connected to your own strength, balance, flexibility, and endurance, and to the life that they make possible.